Welcome back to the Cricket Today podcast on Tuesday, February 13. I'm your host, Liam McAllion, also known as the Stats Guy. I'm here with Leo Mullaly, a sad 49ers fan for all you Super Bowl watchers yesterday. How you going, Leo?
Yeah, not great, Stats Guy. A bit flat, but there's cricket on tonight, so get up and about. I know I am. How are you boys feeling?
Oh, I'm glad you got up and about in there because I'm not allowed to say that anymore. Marcus is in his Chelsea Toughies watching the chat. We've got so much sport the last couple of days, but we're going to concentrate on cricket here. How you going, Marcus?
Oh, yeah, well, I'm going to try and concentrate on cricket here. I've got the Chelsea game on in the background of the TV just over there, but no, I'm looking forward to it. There was some excellent individual displays over the weekend, wasn't there? There was.
Some of the matches, weren't amazing, but the actual, individual ones are good. Talking about that EPL game, check out Football Today on Tuesday and Thursday this week. We've got some great shows for Football Today and Football Today Pod. We're very excited about that, so get around that and all the socials. Today on Cricket Today, we are going to cover, that sounded really weird. I can't say today on Cricket Today, that's just rolls off the tongue, very weird. We're going to quickly cover the first two ODIs that were over the weekend against the West Indies, Australia versus the West Indies. Mentioned some great achievements for some great young stars coming into the squad. And then we're going to finish off with a prediction for the final T20 between Australia versus West Indies. We've also got our signature nah in there. We've got some scores. We've got a bit of everything. So let's get right into it, lads. If you want to start us off with some of the recaps of the scores, Leo.
Well, in case you've missed the T20s, it's been an absolute run fest so far.
It has.
Australia come out, blast 213 in the first game. Warner returned with 70 of 36. I think we all knew he was coming back, but it was just weird to see him play. I don't know why. Just like, hey, you retired, but also you didn't retire from T20s. So fair enough. And then, Windies made a fair go at this, I thought. Brandon King made a half century of 37 balls, but Zampa was brilliant, wasn't he? 3 for 26, really halted any momentum. Close in the end. I thought when Abbott bowled that sort of low full toss to Holder in the last over and he hit it for 6, that a repeat of New Year's Eve is going to happen here where Abbott just loses it and Holder gets him over the line, but he held his nerve and they won the first game by 11 runs. What did you boys see of that one?
Yeah, they put up a decent fight, didn't they, Marcus?
Yeah, they sure did. I just thought, Zampa was pretty good, although he doesn't spin it very much, does he? But he just gets it to skid and slide. It sort of deceives the batsman coming. Changes his pace, it comes onto the bat a bit quicker. So that's how he gets a lot of his wickets bowled. But, I've been pleasantly surprised by the Windies because, it is 200 now, obviously depends on the pitch, but, is 200 a target score or not a target score, should I say, but an average score that teams should be making on a half decent pitch even.
Yeah. I think they were really good, as we'll get into the second game as well, which had some massive scores. I think the pitches did help. They were very flat and suited the bat. There's still a lot of wickets, which was weird. Usually when you're 7 or 8 down, both teams, you're not going to see both teams make over 200. So, you could be onto something there. The batsmen are getting a bit better in T20. Obviously, every year we've seen sort of that go up and up the score. Windies, it was one of those weird ones where I know the score says they only lost by 11 runs. They weren't really going to win this. They was just off the whole way through, and then Holder at the end obviously went off with the bat. But they actually put up a good fight. As we mentioned in our previous show, was it on Friday, we said they were going to be decent in this T20 format because they've got those guys back, the guys that aren't playing Test, that aren't playing ODIs, but they're always up for a T20 all around the world. So, they put up a decent fight here. They're not going to get over the line against Australia. I think Australia are too good against some of the lower teams, so it's going to be too good. What did you like in this one, Leo? Warner going off 70 off 36, he was pretty good.
Yeah, he was. And just to touch on whether 200 is the target score, I think we're going to see high scoring because it's the lead up to a World Cup. People want to show off. It's like when you're an 18-year-old about to get drafted, you go down and watch an under-18s game. It's the most open play you'll ever see because everyone's trying to show their skills off. There's not much defense. It's pretty much like this. We'll get into the World Cup. There'll be a few more bowling standouts, a few more disciplined games with the ball than what we're seeing now. Everyone's just trying to show off and prove their position for the World Cup.
Yeah, I haven't actually thought about that. That's a good comparison, actually. But a bit everyone's trying to show off. There's so many changes into these squads, especially for Australia at the moment as well. So there's so many guys, especially the young guys, that are trying to sneak into that team. But the selectors are saying we really want to lean towards the experience. But it's going to be hard to beat just the experienced players when all the young guys are going well as well. So that's the first game. Australia won by 11 runs. Can we get into the second game quickly there as well, there, please?
Oh, I don't think we should do it quickly. I think we should talk about Maxwell.
Not quickly, yeah.
We should talk about Maxwell for as long as possible because he was amazing. Australia, 4 for 2, 41, another huge score. Maxi scoring half of those off 55 balls. Slog of the weekend, absolutely. He gets better with age, and I think I sent a tweet out on Cricket Today, can he play till he's 50? Because he's just getting better and better, and why not? Like, if he's just got to avoid the stupid incidents that he does sort of every couple of months, but incredible hitting, and then, the Windies again, just off the pace a little bit. Still got 200, 207. Rovman Powell, 63 of 36, batted really nicely, but boys, Maxi, let's just talk about him for the next 10 minutes.
Jeez,
Marcus wants to do that.
how good is he? Honestly, I don't know how he has the strength in his forearms. He must have been training with a competitive arm wrestler or something because I don't know how he has the power and strength to roll his wrists at the same time like a table tennis champ. It's ridiculous. I don't know how he does it.
He's unbelievable. The power, that's the thing. I don't think his arms are going to hold up till he's 50 just because the way he plays, he doesn't use his body too much like other players or his hips or his legs to just drive that ball through. He just uses like a golf sort of shot every single time. Just use his wrist, use his forearms, use his elbows and below, and he just sends it up. 120 off 55, obviously. Unbelievable score. He just kept going and going. I think he's either one behind or he's overtaken now the most sixes in Australian T20 history. So Finchie was the most. I think he's still 1 or 2 behind, but he's going to pass his old mate Aaron Finch in that category. I think he's definitely the slog of the weekend.
Oh yeah, I believe it was the quickest international 2020 century in Australia.
Wow!
There you go.
And I think it was like the 5th overall for Australia or the 3rd overall for Australia, but the first in Australia, the quickest.
I think it was up there with the biggest score as well. I'm trying to have a look in Australia.
Yeah, it was a great knock. But to be fair, in all fairness, like he batted well, but the West Indies also bowled very poorly.
I was going to say that you got Andre Russell bowling absolute. He bowled so many full tosses. The last person you want to just bang it into the wicket. All right, he might pull you for 6 or at least put it in a decent spot. He kept bowling full tosses, kept trying to do the Yorker. He's a bit older with the ball. He did all right with the bat, Andre Russell, but he was horrible with the ball. Literally, a lot of people would have hit him for. Obviously, not many players are going to hit 120 or 55, but when you're bowling that against some of the best teams in the world, you're going to get absolutely smashed. So he was very average in the bowling category there. I just want to quickly get into about this match. I don't know if you guys saw the run out that wasn't given for Australia. The correct decision was made with that Australian run out decision. What did you guys say about that?
Well, we'll give a bit of context. I think ball was thrown in, bowler's end. Johnson knocks the stumps off. Apparently, there was no appeal. And it was found that the batsman was out of his crease, but can't be given out without an appeal. Now, I think this is a massive incorrect decision. Ooh. All I'm going to say is to you boys, if you bowl someone and you celebrate, you're not appealing, then that's not out by your logic. That's not out. If you bowl someone, you don't celebrate, then it's play on. That's ridiculous. If someone is out, they are out.
I reckon that's a poor anecdote there, Leo, because I think because that's a definite wicket. You've knocked the stumps over, you knocked the bails over, whereas with a run out, it's a 50-50 decision that you have to incur upon the umpire, whether you're bowled, sort of thing. I think it was the correct call. I know, like, we talk about the spirit of the game and whatnot, but it's in the law book, and if you don't appeal, you can't expect it to be given out. Like, I was a bit surprised. It looked safe, like from live when it was happening live. I know it wasn't, but if you don't appeal, then you got no reason for the umpire to go upstairs. And I just think it was a bad look on the Australian team's part, because when they saw it on the big screen, they've all crowded the umpire, and they're going, "What's going on here? What's going on here?" I just don't think it was a good look, and I think that I think it was right to be given not out. If you have to appeal, it's I don't know. It's in the law book, but like, we were frustrated here with it not being given, but in England, with the whole Bairstow thing, we were loving it because it was in the law book. And we were playing by the law.
I agree with that one with Marcus. I'm going to say yeah as well. I think it is in the rule book. I'm trying to think of a lot of other times where people wouldn't have appealed and they would have just gone straight up to the third umpire and things like that. That same as the bowled and things like no one's appealing for a bowl, no one's appealing for lots of different things. But if it's in the rule book, I think the umpire has every right to do it. Tim David blatantly lied. I saw the replay of him in the corner. He said he appealed and he was jumping up and down. He didn't even say anything. So, and he was saying to the umpire, I definitely appealed. And yeah, so I don't know what Tim David was talking about there. As Marcus is up and about, as Chelsea scores for all the fans out there.
Let's go.
Yeah, so Chelsea up 2-1 in the 90th minute. Can't wait for us to concede somehow later than that. But yeah, I'm going to go big. Yeah, I think it's in the rules. Yeah, I don't know, Leo. It's a bit of a tough one because a lot of umpires wouldn't have done that. But yeah, what do you reckon? Will they end up a rule change might come into place with this?
No, probably not because it barely happens. But
yeah,
look, my point is like, if someone on the boundary like did shout and appeal, but the umpire can't hear, then like, it's just it's a stupid look. Like if a batsman's out and the umpire has doubt with a decision, it shouldn't matter whether a player appeals for the wicket. It should matter whether the batsman's out or not. I don't know. I think it was a silly look for the game, and no wonder why a lot of people don't want to watch cricket.
Oh,
whoa! Bit of a backstory there from Leo.
There we go. Get Leo onto the ICC rules committee. I reckon.
I don't want to jump for the ICC.
You're not corrupt enough, actually. Yeah. There we go. Maybe I should have said that. might have to cut that part out. All right, let's go away from that into some shout outs. We got the Under-19 World Cup final that Australia competed in. I feel like is that back to back now? In the Under-19 World Cup, we beat India by 79 runs, pretty convincing after that semi-final. That was a bit of hard in mouth type stuff for Australia. Just got over the line. They won pretty convincingly in that. Game over the weekend. What did you say about that one, Marcus?
Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, we're too good. Can't stop winning stuff, no matter what level of cricket it is.
Yeah.
But no, it was another good performance, and it just shows that, like, even though right now we look at who are the young players that are going to break into this Australian team in the future years, although we probably don't have a huge list of names at the moment, while we've got no older squad, it just shows that there are people coming through. The system is working, and we just need to keep doing what we're doing.
I'm going through all the trophies we have currently in Australian cricket at the moment. You got the World Test Championship, the Men's ODI World Cup, the Women's ODI World Cup, the Women's T20 World Cup, and the Men's Under-19 World Cup. So give us a World Cup at the moment, Australia, and we're winning. It is weird.
And we still hold the urn.
And we still hold the urn. Exactly. That's even more important than the World Cup.
That's the most important thing.
Any cup or urn, we're all here for at the moment in Australia. And it's still weird. That's why I don't get the ICC rankings, because India are above Australia in lots of the men's rankings as well, which doesn't make any sense when Australia's winning all these trophies. But anyway, that's another argument for another day. You might want to talk about your man, the Rooster. He's got included into the third 2020 and the ODI squad again, Fraser McGurk, Leo.
Yeah, very excited to see from Fraser McGurk. Hopefully he can continue on with his form with a bit of temperament, but we'll see. He's honestly, we said it a few podcasts ago, but he is sort of the new Maxwell, I guess.
Yeah.
But
the Rooster.
We'll see. We'll see how it works with him opening in the long term.
Yeah,
I still have reservations about that, but yeah, it's good to see him get rewarded again.
Yeah, I think if he plays in the T20 tonight, because Inglis and Warner have been going really well, I think he might come in late, like you wanted him to come in late and just go hard at the end of the innings there, Leo, I reckon. All right, final T20 tonight between Australia and the West Indies. I feel like West Indies have been here for a year, but they're wrapping up tonight. They've had a pretty cool summer, pretty awesome, obviously, Shamar Joseph and a few other iconic moments, but they'll want to finish off with a win in the short format because they haven't been as good as they wanted to. Let's get into a prediction and a man of the match. I'll start with you, Marcus. Who have you got for your prediction and man of the match?
Well, I was going to be different and put the West Indies and a bit of a pace bowl. I was thinking maybe Alzarri Joseph could be the one to sort of dominate on this Perth pitch, but I'm gonna support Bartlett here if he plays. I know he's in the squad, and I'll go Australia win. because I think whoever gets man of the match will be on the winning team. But Bartlett's shown what he can do with ball in hand, with the movement he gets, and a little bit of nip off the pitch. So I think on this Perth pitch, he will love it. He will love it, because I don't think Behrendorff has bowled quite well so far in the series. I think he's been pretty poor. So I'm looking for Bartlett if he gets a go.
Yeah, I think Behrendorff was sort of fighting for his spot. A lot of these guys are fighting for their spot in the T20 World Cup. He hasn't done too well, going for a bit too... Yeah, usually his economy, I think his economy was the best out of all the Aussie bowlers this time last year in the T20s. But yeah, he's been a bit off this year. I don't know what's going on with the big man, Big Dorf. Leo, who you got for this one in Perth for the man of the match and player? Oh, sorry. And who's going to win?
Australia, I think, will win again just based off form. And I'm going Josh Inglis to be man of the match. Jingles. He's at his home ground in Perth. 40 off 25 in the first game. I think he'll really like the pace coming onto the bat. We'll see him use the pace to play a few ram shots, reverse sweeps, whatever you like. He's got all the shots in the locker. 360-degree player. Really like him going forward. Get him in the test team over Carey. I'm with you, Marcus.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, get it done.
That's going to be enough for the upcoming series against New Zealand. Might have to get him into all formats. He's in great form. I'm going to go... Yeah.
Well, sorry to cut you off there.
No, go on.
But I just think it's a great opportunity to bring in these youngsters. Even in this 2020, we Leo quickly spoke about Fraser McGurk, the rooster. But we've won the series. We're 2-0 up. I know we've divided opinion on the podcast about whether we should play like our strongest team or give a couple players a go. Just throw them in there, because we got the 2020 World Cup coming up. If a player gets injured, we don't want to throw them into the deep end without any international 2020 experience. So why not give them a go?
Especially when the confidence of all the players when we've been smashing West Indies is up. Yeah, no, I really like that. I'm going to go Australia to win as well. No surprise there. I think, too much experience and just too good in this short format. You got a few of the guys in the West Indies do have the experience as well, but they're getting a bit older and not very consistent with the ball. I'm going to go the big bison, Mitch Marsh, the home crowd. He loves playing at Optus Stadium. I think it's going to be another good pitch from what I saw this morning. I think he's going to go huge as the captain of the team. I think he's going to go massive again and prove why he was the Alan Border medalist and show off those massive biceps while he hit some sixes at Optus Stadium. So I'm going to go big bison there. All right, I think that's it. That's the wrap of the T20 series for West Indies versus Australia. So that's going to be exciting. We'll watch that tonight. And that's it for the Cricket Today show. We'll be back with this on Thursday. We're actually going to talk a little bit about Australia, but then also the England versus India series that kicks off again Thursday at 3 o'clock Australian time, which we're very excited for. So get right around the show. Subscribe on your podcast apps, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc. Like and review it, please. Chuck a follow to Cricket Today and Cricket Today AU all over the socials. That's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and X. Check out Football Today as well. Football Today Pod, Football Today AU. We've got some shows coming up, as I mentioned earlier, on the EPL. Bit of Matilda's chat, bit of A-League chat, bit of everything that we're going to talk about this week. Send in any questions via the socials, anything you want us to chat to us about. That's it, I think. Thank you, Marcus.
Cheers, let's go.
Thanks, Leo.
Thanks, guys. Up the Chelsea.
Up the Chelsea. We're pumped about that. Thanks, John, for producing. Thanks to me. And that's another episode of Cricket Today done. We're out.